everyone. Today is Sunday, September 24th, 2023. And it's approximately, I guess, like 4:15 p.m. And I had to get a new phone. I broke my phone at work yesterday. I actually dropped it, came back, and the truck had ran over. So I ended up having to get a new phone. So I'm getting used to this phone here. So I forgot what kind it is, but I like it. This video is about, since today is Sunday, right? The religious day for some people. And it's kind of like a controversial topic to some. And this ain't about whether I believe or whether I don't believe or whether you believe or whether you don't believe. It's just, in general, I want to discuss Jesus. Whether you believe in Jesus or not, whether I believe in Jesus or not, that's not what this is about. This is for people. But for some people, Jesus is a problem. He's not a problem to me whether I believe or whether I don't believe or whether you believe or whether you don't believe. Jesus, I don't get offended when people talk about Jesus. Jesus is not a problem to me. But for some people, they can't stand to hear the word Jesus or the name Jesus, and they have a big issue about what his name is and what it ain't and whatever. You know, he ain't real, he didn't exist, he did exist. That's not what this is about, whether he existed or not. This is about, and the title gonna be like, what is wrong with Jesus? What's the problem with Jesus? Why do so many people not like Jesus? Don't, whether you believe in him or not, they just have a disdain for Jesus. Like they hate it. And so I'm trying to, I guess, see, what is it about Jesus that you hate? What is not likable about Jesus? What's the problem with Jesus? If he did exist, or if he didn't exist, either way, I'm going to go over some of the teachings and some of the things that Jesus, if you believe in Jesus, and according to the Bible, some of the things that Jesus said, and I want to just see, ask you, why do you have a problem with that, whether he existed or not? Let's go over some of the things that he supposedly said. Say that he did exist, if you believe he is real. And even if you don't believe he's real, why do you have a problem with what he supposedly taught? Because everything he taught was, in my opinion, in my view, righteousness. Now, this ain't about whether I believe or not. I just went, I look over, like, let me go take a deeper look into Jesus and you know, what did he say that pissed a lot of people off? A lot of people don't want to hear about Jesus. He ain't real, he don't exist. I'm sick of Jesus. So I'm trying to see why. What makes some people hate Jesus so much? What did he do wrong? And according to the Bible, he was killed, crucified. So I want to see, what did he do to make him do that? Why did they kill him? And to this day, there's a lot of people that don't like him. So one of the things, you know, he had he preached what you call a Sermon on the Mount, where he taught about what they call the Beatitudes, a bunch of guidelines to live by that would be blessings rather, things that God approve of, like being humble, showing mercy to other people if you want mercy, teaching you to be merciful. It says, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. In other words, kind, not braggadocious type people. What's wrong with that? Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. What's wrong with somebody who loves peace, that don't want to be in disturbances and cause confusion all the time? What's wrong with that teaching? I'm just asking. Treat people the way you want to be treated. That's another teaching of Jesus. Respect other people. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. In other words, people that's trying to do right, there are going to be some people that don't like you and put you down and talk about you because you're trying to do the right thing. He said that those people are blessed. Don't mind when people talk about you because you're doing the right thing. Continue to do the right thing and you'll be blessed. What's wrong with that? Is Jesus a low-down, dirty person for teaching that? Have I said anything so far that Jesus said that pisses you off, and why does it piss you off? Is Jesus the problem, or the fact that you the problem? Because you don't want to do the right thing. That's basically what it is. Because all Jesus was saying, to sum it up in a nutshell, do the right thing. Show mercy if you want to be shown mercy. We live in a society where everybody want to judge and quick to criticize other people, put people down, judge what they've done wrong, especially, and really, is Christianity the problem? Is Jesus the problem, or is it the Christians that's the problem? A lot of times, it's you Christians that's the problem, not Christianity, not the teachings of Jesus. The problem tends to a lot of times be the people that claim to be followers of the teachings of Jesus when they're really not. And then that in turn turns people off that's on the outside looking in, and they end up not liking Jesus. When it's not Jesus, it's the people that claiming to follow Jesus that's the problem. Jesus is not the problem. His teachings are not the problem. A lot of times people that are on the outside, we see the people that are saying that they're Christians, and we looking at them like, no, you're not. If that's what Christianity is, what you're doing, I don't want no parts of it. But instead of going to see what Jesus said for himself and finding out what's the problem that you have with Jesus, not with the people that claim to represent Jesus. That's who you have a problem with. A lot of times, it's the people that claim to represent Jesus, not Jesus himself and what he taught. Because all he taught was good things that beneficial to you, things that will help you. I don't see nothing wrong with respecting other people, treating people the way I want to be treated. Being humble, having humility, not bragging and boasting, putting other people down, judging other people, being a hypocrite. He said, what good does it do you to point out the speck in another man's eye when you got a plank in yours? In other words, you point out, a lot of Christians do this. You point out what somebody else doing wrong. They might be stealing bubble gum, but you committed murder. But you telling them about the bubble gum they steal. You know you're wrong for stealing that gum, but you just killed the man. You pointing at the speck in somebody else's eye and overlooking the plank in yours. That's what Jesus taught. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with Jesus telling you to focus on your own sin, what you're doing wrong in your own life instead of worrying about somebody else's? That's what Jesus taught. You hate Jesus for that? You don't like Jesus now? Jesus sounds like the place to be. Jesus sounds like the one I want to listen to. Not these people running around here nowadays claiming to represent Jesus, when really they don't. Go check Jesus out for yourself. That's what I'm doing right now. Whether I believe he actually walked the face of the earth or not, that's irrelevant. But his teachings are golden. His teachings, for what I'm getting into, what I'm researching for myself, which I have done over the years, but I fell off a minute wondering, into this thing like, did he really exist and all that? Sometimes I'm sure, sometimes I'm not. I got my own journey that I'm walking. But I'm not here to judge nobody else for your journey. I got my own journey going on. So that's what I want to know. What's wrong with Jesus? What's wrong with him? Sounds like an amazing person to me. So far from what I done researched and what I done read about him, whether he lived or whether he didn't, the principles of Jesus, the teachings of Jesus, according to the Bible, are worth something to live. That's something to look into, something to live by. I don't see nothing wrong with him. Look into the Beatitudes and the Sermon on the Mount And tell me what y'all think. What's the problem with Jesus? What's wrong with Jesus? Whether you believe he's the Son of God or not, the Son of God or not, whether you believe all that or not, that ain't what it's about. It's basically just about what he taught. Treating people the way you want to be treated. The golden rule, do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. That's the golden rule. Treat people the way you want to be. He called that the golden rule. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. I can't find nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing crazy about Jesus for saying that. Whether he's the Son of God or not, that's up to you whether you believe that. But according from what they saying he said, I love it. That's somebody I would thrive to be, try to be like. It ain't easy. I'm not saying that's who I am. I'm just in general, just a topic for this video. What's wrong with Jesus? What's wrong with him? Why you hate him for the ones that don't like him? Whether you believe he existed or not, go look at what they say he taught. And what do you have a problem with that? We ain't debating about whether he lived or didn't, whether he's real or fake. We're not debating about that. We just go on looking at those teachings that's in the Bible that they say that he said, that he taught, and you tell me what's wrong with those teachings that they say Jesus taught. Whether he real or not, what's wrong with what was taught or what was claimed to be taught? And you get in the comment section and tell me, go back and read something that he said, or they say that he said, whether you believe he was real or not. Go find something that he said. I ain't gonna tell you everything that the Bible says he said. It's too much. But you check it out for yourself, and then you come tell me in the comment section what he said that you don't agree with. And you'll be surprised to see probably ain't nothing in there that he said, or that they say he said, that you don't agree with. You probably don't agree with everything he said, or was claimed to have said. So far from what I read, Jesus is all right with me. Y'all have a blessed day.